Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Kite Chandler Cownose Stingray Productions. Today, we will be focusing on the Cownose stingray, otherwise known as the Rhinoptera bonacis, otherwise known as the cowfish. This animal comes from the kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata, class Chondrichthyes, order Myliobatiformes, family Rhinopteridae, genus Rhinoptera, which comes from the Greek rhino meaning nose and pteron meaning wing, and species bonacis, coming from the Greek bonassos, which means bison. I personally don't think that this animal has much in common with a bison or a cow. I mean, just look at it. I think they look more like dogs or pancakes. The Cownose stingray has a smooth dark brown top and a white underside with a long toothed tail with 1 to 2 serrated venomous spines. This tail is located behind the base of the animal's dorsal fin. The venom comes from glands along the base of the Cownose stingray's spine. This is a very characteristic animal with the 2 lobes on its face, giving it the cow name, as they look like a big cow nose. The eyes and the spiracles of the Cownose stingray are located on the top of its body. Spiracles are what it uses to breathe. On the bottom is the creature's mouth. Adult Cownose stingrays can be up to 3 feet across from wing to wing and can weigh up to 50 pounds. Cownose stingrays are equipped with a strong jaw and dental plates in order to crush the mollusks and boned organisms that it eats. There are 7 rows of teeth on each dental plate. Cownose stingrays really are a dentist's dream, but a clam's nightmare. Cownose stingrays eat bivalve mollusks, including many varieties of oysters, clams, and scallops. Cownose stingrays have evolved to be able to eat these burrowing prey by developing cephalic lobes on the front of their head, which gives them the Cownose name. These cephalic lobes contain electrosensors that help the rays find the electric signals of the bivalves in the substrate of the ocean. These cephalic lobes are similar to claspers, which can be found on sharks. This is because Cownose stingrays have evolved from sharks originally, hundreds and millions of years ago. Cephalic lobes on Cownose stingrays are of particular interest to scientists right now, as the rays evolved to have these lobes slowly over time as a result of small changes. They originally came from pectoral fins. The development of cephalic lobes can demonstrate how big evolutionary changes can come from minute behavioral changes, and scientists are very interested in the RNA that plays a role in this, and its application to people. Back to stingrays, once they find their prey with the cephalic lobes, the Cownose stingray uses their pectoral fins to stir up the substrate around the bivalve so that it cannot hide anymore. The Cownose stingray can then eat the bivalve by crushing it between their strong dental plates. Cownose stingrays can move their cephalic lobes to interact with each other in addition to moving them when they're hunting. As for the specific clams that the Cownose stingrays terrorize, they have been known to eat Chesapeake Bay scallops and oysters, as these are found in the Atlantic Ocean. Cownose stingrays can be found in the Atlantic Ocean off of the coast of New England to northern Florida, as well as the Gulf of Mexico, Mauritania, Guinea, Trinidad, and the northern coast of South America. In the U.S., they're especially common off of Virginia and in the Chesapeake Bay. Cownose stingrays prefer brackish water or the open ocean, and can usually be found near the surface, or up to 72 feet deep. Cownose stingrays are a migratory species and can form schools of up to 10,000 rays. They migrate northwest in the summer and south in the winter, just like my grandparents. These migrations are closely tied to when the Cownose stingray mates. Cownose rays mate once a year in the time between June and October. Male stingrays leave after mating, while the females often stay in place. After an 11-month pregnancy, the female Cownose stingray gives birth to 1 live pup. At birth, Cownose stingrays are usually 11 to 18 inches across. The Cownose stingray's slow rate of reproduction, only 1 pup a year, plays into the species' likelihood to be over-harvested or over-hunted. This is a big danger to their species. As Cownose stingrays are common in the Chesapeake Bay and eat oysters and clams, they have been known to reduce populations of farmed bivalves in the bay. Farmed bivalves, scallops, and clams are a big part of the regional economy there. However, the rays have been scapegoated. The farmed softshell clams are actually being eaten more by blue crabs in the Chesapeake Bay. In a Chesapeake Bay experiment, only 39.9% of clams reported as missing from the area of study were found with crushed shell remains, which is a characteristic cownose ray eating behavior. This shows that over 60% of the missing clams were eaten by other animals like the blue crab, which do not crush bivalve shells when eating them. And the real problem behind it all, aside from the blue crabs, once again, overfishing. The actual problem which is causing the eating of the farmed bivalves is mainly the loss of shark populations due to overfishing. The natural predators of the cownose stingrays, cobia fish, sandbar sharks, and bull sharks are being taken out due to the overfishing and overhunting in the area. With less natural predators, the cownose stingray population has ballooned, causing them to look for more things to eat, thus eating the farmed bivalves. However, as a solution to what the believed bivalve predation problem is, which many believe is the cownose rays, commercial and unlimited hunting of cownose stingrays has been proposed in the state of Virginia. Cownose stingray flesh is edible once the skin has been removed and the meat taken off the cartilage. This won't stop the problem, as the actual problem is the overfishing, which is killing the sharks. However, the rays are difficult to hunt as they have to be either sight or bottom fished, which makes hunting of them unpopular. However, the cownose stingray population is still near threatened. This has led to an increase in conservation efforts for the species, mainly in aquariums. Cownose stingrays are very popular members of touch tanks across the globe, as they are very friendly and enjoy being pet. Cownose stingrays enjoy having their backs pet with their head and tail avoided, as this stresses them out. If my head was pet, I also would be stressed. Ultimately, cownose stingrays are a cute, friendly, and deeply important species in the Atlantic, regulating the oyster keystone species in the Chesapeake Bay. The loss of cownose stingrays would likely lead to the collapse of this entire ecosystem. As such, we should keep both our touch tanks and our oceans alive and protect the cownose stingray.